Good morning, folks. It's excuse me, 5:40 a.m. Sunday, November 6th, 2016. Is that a cool Black Panther or what, huh? 5:40 a.m. Completion, fortitude, and movement home. Well, movement, but it's, to me, the message is home. The meaning is going home. Getting the heck out of here so I can do what I need to do. With everything that's happened in the past couple days, excuse me, in part of, well, it's part of me, spirit, that I'll talk about in a minute. With it coming out, there's a reason for that. Before I go any deeper into this video, but it's so funny. Well, before I go deeper into this video, I want to say something about Western Union. About those of you that have been given, told negative things about me, those of you that have been actually forced. So even though it costs money, a lot of money, it's not cheap. I realize to talk to me, and you are feeding your own, evolution is what you're doing. You can tell my house and what little I have and how I live. I don't keep it. I don't want it. It's everything's about everything else. I'm eating good. Animals are eating good. But anyway, any of you that have been put out of your way by Western Union or had anything negative whatsoever about me said by Western Union, send that to me in an email. Now, those of you that are worried, I don't want to get my name in court and everything, folks, what this is icing on the cake. They already put me on a list where they refuse. Anybody tries to send me money through Western Union, it'll be refused immediately. They've already sealed the deal. Okay? They're screwed. I've got them by the you-know-whats. Okay? The issue is, if I have people that have been harassed by them, that have been told, no, you cannot give him money through us. He's whatever, anything negative they would have said about me. When I have enough emails, I want to present that as icing on the cake. Folks, when you have a petition against something and you have 2,600 signatures, no one's going to go through them and read them. They'll look for Mickey Mouse or something, but they'll scan it for that. But other than that, they don't care. It's just the fact that you have them. That's all. That's what's that about. That's what that's about. Wow. So anyway, I'm making changes on my body now. I've told you about how when you get cranked up, that sometimes you start getting cold. Your head feels pressure. I've got different changes being made to my body now. Plus, it's just starting to get cold out here, which is trying to break into some winter weather, which is rough on my body. I was born with COPD and CLLI, chronic lower lung infections. Doctor doesn't know what else to call it. I was talking with him about it. They don't have a name for it. It's just, okay, whatever. Somebody has some stupid name for it, but he's not, it's not a published thing. Good, Herky. You gonna come? Lay down over here? You want to stay over there? Which bed do you want, buddy? I love you. Or do you want the floor? All right, come on, Herc. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on. I know you're tired, honey. Come on. Let's lay down. Come on. You want to lay down? You want to stand there? That's okay. Whatever you want to do, buddy. You're the boss, okay? I love you, honey. Anyway, my doc, he's so cool. Collins something or other road down here in Atlanta. Lanari, that is. Hard to pronounce his last name, but he understands a little bit about energy and stuff. When I go down there to see the folks, I bring them stones. I pick out what's good for them, tell them a little bit about themselves. I'm leaving a trail as I've gone through this life of people going like this with their eyebrows. It's like, huh. That's what all this is about, everybody becoming themselves. People say that, there's this big movement. It is a movement in the way that it is something happening, okay? But it's like a wave of energy that's in the field. It's helping people wake up. But what's happening, it's not a movement, it's people waking up. In the military, in the barracks, you get a drill sergeant, a DI in basic training. He'll go through the barracks and get a stick or something, and hit a garbage can lid or anything he can find, a pot, and make a lot of noise, supposedly to freak people out. And then he gets the people up. Well, what is he, some kind of wonderful hero because he woke someone up? No. Is there some great movement by what he just did? No, it's waking up. This is about all of you all becoming yourself. That's all. When a seed is in the ground and it awakens, it literally comes alive, comes to life. What do? Get on your knees and pray to that too? Or is there a great name where you glorify it or put your name on it? No. It's a beautiful thing. It's something coming to life. That's what's happening with you, and it's going to kick up. It's going to get stronger. And what happens when you have a whole lot of little seeds sprouting, coming to life? You have a beautiful field. And that's who you all are. All of you involved in this, very important. You'll have the backing to do what you need to do. Your big corporations, governments, countries, planets, everything that's a problem is going to be taken care of by the freak, okay? That's not your job. I've been saying that for years. Excuse me. You don't have a job, but you have an offering to get some help waking up, becoming yourself. There's nothing to put a name on. No one's going to tag it and own it. It's not new age. Although we're going into a new era of what? Of you. Of you becoming who you are. I've been fighting like hell for this for a long time. Some people say, I'm trying to glorify myself. One guy is on Amazon.com on a review on one of my books. Folks, if you read the books, you like them. If you feel like it, do me a favor. Leave a comment about it. He said that he thinks that Jay's trying to make himself a new god, or he thinks he's a new god or something like that. It's sad to see that. If anyone's at fault for you still being abused, it would have to go to me. The blame would have to fall on me. It couldn't happen any other way. It had to wait till now. When I got stronger, started waking up and seeing, feeling more stuff, and the original male and female, and I saw the fear they had for me when they got, one and went after him. That made me realize I was stronger than I thought. But I didn't have the power level then that I have now. That sounds funny for a lot of people to hear. But it's not. You do have power. What happens when you build a sphere with your hand and you feel that heat in your fingers? What the hell's that? The blood vessels are cramping because of the muscles, and it's making it harder for the blood to go through. It builds up heat in your fingers. And and you like this, and then you do it without putting any hard pressure on your fingers? No. People will always find a reason, an excuse to make up whatever they can see will fit to explain why something is happening that they don't understand. Mind like a parachute, not function well when not open. Don't be open to possibilities. Damn, what would that do? That would just make you change your thought process. And life is too hard as it is. Hey, life's a bitch, man, but you know what? You can make it a lot easier. The more you wake up, the more aware you are, the more, well, the bigger, better, real you are, the fuller you. I've always taken care of animals and people, done everything I could at my own expense. Why? Because I wanted to. Because for me, it's natural. I ask people not to do that. Not so I can stick out like, oh, gee, Jay's so cool, look what he does. No, because you shouldn't put yourself through that. I'm different. I'm no better than nothing else. How many times have I said I'm no better than a stick in mud? I'm not. All creation is equal. If creation is gonna move forward and it's gonna be calm, I got stuff moving all around me, and it's gonna be calm, and visitors from pretty far away. That's funny. Somebody to talk to later. Anyway, I can't get that out of my head. There's more stuff going on. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm talking with a general. That would be his rank. He's Antid. I've never talked with him one-on-one before, and he was waiting to kind of break in. There's a saucer type vehicle that's going to be, that's going to stop it. That's going to be seen in Arizona soon. Very low to the ground. Maybe at night show, maybe during the dusk, so you can see it better. Something's going to happen soon in Arizona. The Arizona Annunaki Clan out there are vicious, aggressive, and very controlling. PayPal, their money, that a large percentage of their profits goes right to them. That's why I never use them. I told Deanna and everyone else, just use them. Use them to move the money back and forth, but I can't. Personally, I have an issue with them, and I'll deal with them later. I already have done a lot of stuff with them. Nothing in the physical body, no matter how strong it is allowed to affect the physical world hard. It has to the third dimension. I can do things in the second dimension, but the third dimension here, I can't telekinetically move nothing. But I've done so much for so many people, for thousands, that they understand that I'm different, that there are things I can do. So, and it should be like that. These bodies, they lock you in. They lock your energy in, your spirit. But there's a lot of things you can do. But if you're having a life and you have a ridiculous energy level, and then you're mad because while you're attached to this body, you get over emotional about something, and then you could actually, excuse me, attack or kill, hurt something. No, wrong. Nada. Things I've done, it was me making the intention and going there and powering up so hard, the part of me outside of my body literally just fired up and did it. There's people in trip chairs and stuff that have died doing that or been killed in that fashion. I've talked before about the NSA gentleman that was he was supposedly FBI, but he was actually working for the NSA when he went into a shop in Atlanta called Phoenix and Dragon. There's some really cool family members I have down there. I won't put their names on the video. They probably wouldn't mind, but I want to talk with them first. They're, from Lily and Arae. Really cool. But anyway, I went down there and I was talking with some girls outside about stone, and they're all the way driving over there. I felt something on my back, the back of my neck, and it was male. It was aggressive, and it's NSA. And I'm like, yeah. So I just said, yeah, whatever. You're nothing. So then I'm getting ready to go inside the store, and there was a couple of girls, and then I had the Star Essonite on me. Excuse me. And I was teaching him about it, and the guy was walking in the store, and his thoughts were so hard on me, and he actually started looking at me. When someone looks at you, they direct your thoughts at you, but it doesn't matter. The thoughts are still going everywhere. The hearts go everywhere. It's insane. They think they're intelligent, really. But anyway, so the guy looked at me, and then I saw him out of the corner of my eye, and then he stopped. He was opening up the door. He stopped. Stared right at me, and then he goes inside. He's trying to move his pineal towards me, and I'm like, whatever. So then I went inside the store, and then I was at the rock wall, we call it. All kinds of rocks. Phoenix and Dragon, folks in Atlanta, has a ton of stone in there. Sometimes when I was waking up, I'd go down there, and I'd just look at the stones, play around, but people would come in, and I'd match them with their stones. I said, your stone goes with you. And then they look at it, and they go, oh, wow, that is so awesome. I love this stone. How'd you know? And I said, it's the same energy. It goes to you. Your body's energy, and this energy in this stone is very relative. At that one time, I'm thinking of as a piece of carnelian, but, I did that all the time. It used to really annoy the readers in there. They get all upset about me being there. People get cranked up just by me standing there, and then then some of them get mad about that. It's like, man, I can't help it. All right, leave me alone. I'm a light bulb. I'm turned on. So anyway, I was at the rock wall talking with a couple of ladies there about stones, helping them feel it. And then this guy walks up. And you can tell he's out of place. Okay, the guy walks up, and he barely looks at me a little bit. And I'm like, what? And then he goes walking by, and I just touched his head. And in his head, he's saying, did I get him? Did I get? I think I got him. I think I got him. And I said, son of a gun. He was trying to hit my pineal, and actually with aggression to attack it. I never felt nothing. And then I turned around and I looked at him. And then I went in his head. And I said, widow boy, I said, if you want to knock on the door, I know you're not tall enough, but I'm going to put a stool up so you could ring the doorbell, because I can't even feel you knock on the door. And then he turns around and looks right at me. And then the other two girls, young ladies I was talking with over there about the stones, they were watching him too. And then he goes walking off. And then he goes, and then as he turns, just as he's turning around, and he's walking to continue walking away, in his head he said, I'm getting the generator. I'm getting the generator. I'm going to get the generator. I'm going to kill him with the generator. And I'm like, generate my ass. Okay, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, dude. So we left. He was talking about a trip chair. I hadn't heard the term trip chair yet. Okay, but that's what he was talking about. Anyway, that guy's dead. That's why I brought the whole thing up. He's physically dead. His body, his brain, boom, blew up. But it's spirit on the other side that has to do that. So... and that was part of Arae's energy that did that. We'll just leave that there. But anyway, that's why it's important for there to be that separation. So that's how it'll be with the other parts of Arae and Lily and the spirit that Arae and Lily released. That's got both of them in it. Combination of both of them. Paul's... really, really strong energy. He's from Lily and Arae, but he's over 98% of his energy is literally what's inside me, Arae's primary focal point. He's a powerhouse. And Burju, she's crazy strong. She can see so well. And Anne, I was talking with Anne in New Mexico yesterday. I need to call her up. And the kid's gonna... okay, never mind. Anyway, I was... when I was talking with her, something was trying to bug her. And I grabbed a hold of it, and I killed it, and I said, now watch what I'm doing. And then tell me what I'm doing. And I literally grabbed it. I burned it. It was female source energy. I grabbed it, and I burned it. I compressed it and burned it till it was like a little piece of charcoal, like a marble or something. Like a little piece of charcoal rock. And then I dissolved it. Now this is the image in the brain as doing this, and this is all in the second dimension. So then, because I told Ann to watch, and I didn't tell her what I was doing. She knew I was attacking something, and I've never done this way before. I just take it and close it, kill it, break it up, burn it. But I've never done it that way with her before, so she had no way to guess that was going to happen. And sure enough, so I said, "What do you see?" She goes, "Well, it was like it was burned into a little black marble, and then it's gone." It's so easy for us to doubt ourselves. We've been taught how to doubt ourselves. We've been made and raised, groomed to doubt ourselves. No more. No more. You're right, you're wrong, don't worry about it. Keep going. It's called progress. Make the same. If you do something the wrong way 3 times, or something happens 3 times in a row, stop, take a look at it. See what's going on. It's like there's so many people hunting you to make you so afraid you make a mistake that you don't do anything. The one big mistake there is not doing anything. Other than that, it's progress. You get your tire caught in a rut, get it out. It's okay. So anyway, I know I dropped off a couple of topics. I can't help it. I'm not going to go stop and rewind to check it or anything. I always do the best I can, and I don't worry about not being perfect because there is no such thing. I do really feel rough. My head is just... Anyway, I'm watching things happen out in space. Folks, all of you can do this. When you learn how to relax and flow, just let everything go, you do exactly that. You take off from the body. It's a natural thing. Especially after I've cranked you up and I release you, or Burju, Paul, Deanna, let's not forget Siobhan. Man, she's a powerhouse. They all are. But Siobhan is one of the early focal points of Lily, and then Moitza. She's just coming into this now doing it. She's really strong. She's one of the early ones too. And Lexi, y'all haven't met her yet. She's getting her life in a situation where she can come out. She's got to. Your personal lives have to have some kind of stability before you can come out and do this, and that's what's holding up Lexi and Anne. But they're coming out soon. They need to have some of what's been done to them taken away, and they will. That's how the other side kept just trying to keep all this from happening. It's trying to keep you from awakening. They're trying to stop the movement. Now they're trying to keep you from becoming aware of the other side, what's really going on, the fact that there is no God, just arrogant beings that want things to be about them. And that's not going to be allowed to happen. Again, that has to do with departure. Be nice to reconnect with something I was saying earlier. My head's just, it's like thick as a brick. It's like there's a sponge in there, but it's full of lead. I'm kind of used to this. Excuse me. Those things that are holding you back, folks, they're being taken care of, okay? It's going to be a short issue when this body drops and Arae can put himself together to immediately take stuff out over there. I keep getting hit with March. Wow, my heart's pounding. That has to do with animals leaving. 2015, the end of March. That's when the Sega antelope left, and I told you all that animals were going to start leaving in large herds. I didn't say the Sega antelope. I just said animals would. That was energy outside the body that did that. I don't know what it's going to do, which ones, but I did know that was going to happen. I've been talking about it for a while, but it was a need for me to say it again right away, and that's because just a month later, and then it took about a week to find them, 2 weeks, whatever. In Pakistan, people just flew over these fields, huge fields, the write-up says, and it's about half the world's population of Sega antelope were found dead. Boom. The families died right next to each other. Boom. And I looked at it, and I said, damn, I was on the video. I put it on video, and I said that their bacteria had been turned around so it would go against them. Instead of protecting them, the bacteria, that's their immune system turning around, going backwards, just destroyed them. It attacked them. No, they didn't all die of AIDS. They all died of it's like a natural, soft, slow death. Last October 28th, that's what I was going through. This doctor, she looked at my throat and she was kind of freaked out. It looked so nasty. And then Karen looked at it and she freaked out too. And that doctor was so bent on me changing my attitude of wanting to stay alive. She said, tell him that it's okay, that he can do this. When she did my lung test, she wasn't my normal doctor. When she did my lung test, she didn't know how to say it. Her eyes were down, didn't want to look at me. She goes, we can help you live longer. And I'm like, it's like, why would you do that to me, But that thing with the throat, that was coming from the same thing. That's coming from the same issue. Okay? The same thing happened to George Washington. People said, oh, he died of some kind of weird throat disease. And then, he died of pneumonia. Well, it's just like this life. I got the same thing. Pneumonia and like constant pneumonia from CLLI, constant lower lung infections. Of course, COPD, that doesn't help either. That's the number 3 and 4 cause of death. Then you add my low blood sugar and extremely high blood pressure, degenerative joint disease. Things are set, and then of course my weight's just gone through the roof. You add it all together, and it's just, there's a normal reason for me to just all of a sudden drop dead. So, but anyway, there are such incredible, fantastic times about to happen, folks. We're meeting your friends in space. They're coming in to say hi. What's going on here around Arizona, and it's near New Mexico. That's right out where Ann is. Way out there in the Middle West somewhere. I can't focus the little place, but it's out there. It's kind of, I think it's kind of desert-like out there. I don't know. But that's wild. They're coming in. Disruption of the seats. Now that's funny. Disrupting the trip chairs. Folks, the Anunnaki are going to be ripped off this planet, but it's not going to be through total warfare or something crazy, destruction. It's not going to be allowed to happen like that. We call some of our warfare surgical. Well, and to a very strong degree it is, especially comparatively to what we used to have. Please remember how advanced these people are. The oldest race ever. How long have the Drak been around? Excuse me, Herky. Good boy, honey. Good man. The Drak. How many years has the Drak race been in existence? Take 10.846 trillion, multiply it times 237. Then you add to that 10.846 trillion times 26 and a half. You put those two together, and they're a little older than that. It's a lot of years. It's trying to sound like the United States deficit. That's funny. These people pay themselves, take their own money, take your money, and they just make it some kind of big hype thing. Oh my gosh, the government is going to shut down. There's no money to keep it going. I said, you're kidding me, right? They said, good. Tell the assholes to go down to McDonald's and work. They're not McDonald's, but you know what I'm saying. Tell them to get a job working as a mason. Building a block using a cement mixer. I've been a telephone engineer, outside plant design, and then planning department for different. I was a contractor. They flew me all over the country, designing telephone plants. I was 23 back then. I've worked building, with a cement mixer, feeding it all day, and then working as a mason, doing that kind of stuff. Not laying a whole lot of block, doing more physical work. Been a cook. Worked in surgery for a good while. That was fun. The technician at the Mayo tray. I've always been an automotive technician. I've always liked that because I enjoy fixing stuff, and I had the ability to diagnose stuff. I knew what was wrong with stuff. Cars would come in and I'd tell you what's going on. It was almost like a sickness. I'd be at the Waffle House with a couple of buddies on a day off, just having some coffee, some breakfast, and a car would go by, and I'd be diagnosing it when it went by. All of you have such incredible abilities. What I think would be really cool is for y'all to meet yourselves before you die. That's what would rock. Y'all are very important to me. You give me my reason for being. What other gift could you give someone? In the beginning, that's why I was made, not this body. Serve and protect. And then what was beating everything up that I was in charge of protecting just finally got taken out by what they made for that purpose. Sad. The original first being was just, it was the first being, it was alone. And it just so happened it was 27.5% negative. Why? Because the extra heavy particulate matter that was just pulled into the 4 different energy fields, and it actually had something of a chemical reaction in there, and it was just pulling in some of the heavy particulate matter. The universe had to get created. The scientists say there was one little piece of matter, then boom, it blew up into a universe. No, it didn't. However, there was small pieces of heavy particulate matter that literally are transmutated or blown up into, like a planet, a star. That's what's going on there. That's how the universe began. Folks, if you want to know something, if you want to know anything about who you are, where you came from, this is the book, okay? It's on Amazon.com. They have something, it's not called a Kindle Club or something, that they have something with Kindle where if you're a member of this thing, then you get You can read it for free. So it's too hard for me to read. Didn't used to be a problem, but I've been changing a lot. I couldn't do my job with a normal brain. I'm not normal, but I'm no better than nothing else. I guess it's easy to misunderstand me. Some people have their own agendas. Find someone who's popular and talk bad about them, and see if you can't find people who don't think like that, or pull people your way or something, or whatever. Who cares? That, they don't matter. It's when people grossly misquote me and throw stuff out there, it'll bother me enough to say something every once in a while, but I usually don't bother. I don't go looking for it, and stuff gets put in front of my face by the other side, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'll be out here soon. I can take care of it. So like I said, everyone's going to wake up. Well, everyone that is wake-upable, those that want to will. Those that don't want to is fine, and they're not going to be coming back in bodies. They're done. They're people that have been put into body to make your life more miserable. The abuse thing. Again, it's in the first book, but in my second book, the first book is creation. Its beginning and your origin. The second book is creation, its journey evolving into paradise. Folks, that information's nowhere else. You've never had it before, not any planet, nowhere. And it's got the same image in the front of it. This is the courtesy of NASA, okay? That's M66. That's my home. That's the home that Arae built for his family. It's the middle star of the Leo constellation. And there, just looking at something over there. Something. Anyway, that's got that's got everything, all the new beings, spirit beings that were created, and there's a bunch of them. How to talk to stone. You can hold 4 stones in your hand, and literally go to one of them at a time. All you do is make up your mind you don't want to feel the stone. Some people go to feel stones, they can't feel them because they shut it off. And the stone, it's part of Gaia. That's where the bodies originally came from, is this planet. That's why every part of this body is found here on this planet. And on other planets, people look different. Why? They come from different planets. There's different composure, different materials, different atmospheres, so they need different lungs. The bodies were made to live on that planet. That's where they came from. Actually, I think that's in the first book, too, to describe that more. Those of you that have read the books, you already understand what I'm talking about. But, folks, there's so much information in there for you, and please go slow. You might wind up going fast and reading the book. This is no joke. I've had people tell me I'm going to read it the 6th time now, and I said, just please go slow. Take a paragraph, see it, feel it, go into it. It's like the editor said. The head editor for CreateSpace is the editor that is the person that edited my first book. And she said this information just isn't anywhere. It's like a textbook, but yet it's just you talking. A very simple person, simple language. So, and she made it a little easier to flow a little better. I'm an author, but I'm not a writer. Folks, that's your information. You want to know why? You want to know who you are, how everything started, where it came from, why things are the way they are? Get the books. You won't find it anywhere else. All your religions, all this New Age stuff, folks. Sorry. As far as your origin, where it came from, what's really going on the other side, it's all wrong. It's a hell of a statement, huh? How would I know? Because I see, walk, and I interact with the other side, and I have been for years. That's why. I am the janitor. I know my building. I know how to clean it up. I can see the doors that are falling off that need to be tightened, the doorknobs that are coming off. I can see the trash cans that need to be emptied. And I've got the cleaner to clean the windows so you can see better. You look around you and there's love and everything, and folks, I'm not putting that down, for Pete's sake. You have a good day and hope and everything, hold on to it, but just try to be realistic about it. A lot of excuse me. A lot of people talk about manifestation. They're going to manifest this, manifest that. Folks, it's possible to work with water, sending it your love. Water is alive. It has millions of little beings in there, spirit, and they will react to your love. That's not your great almighty power to change things, manifest something in your life. You can manifest your own wealth. I saw this one picture once of a woman that put a penny in a planter, and the plant was growing, and so did her money. Yeah, okay. If you can see the other side, see what happens and everything else going on. Yeah, you wouldn't think that too much. If the universe wanted you to have something, it wants you to have it. You just have to learn how to ask for it properly. You have to learn how to do things properly. Well, why doesn't it just go in your head and tell you? Why doesn't it just give it to you? Why doesn't it give it to you and help you understand and just be in your head and help you flow properly? I'll tell you why. Because it's not there. It doesn't exist. You were put in bodies to be abused so that you're in it, so that your spirit, when it comes out of the body, instead of going poof like this, it goes like this. And then you'd be bigger. And then come December 21st, 2012, and all these new universes that were made, then the original male and female, the original first being male and female, we're going to put the larger soulmates together, send them to that one of these universes, and then release a third of their energy. Excuse me. If they're huge, they're going to release maybe 1 billion. I'm just using numbers. Just this is a ratio kind of thing, okay? They might release 1 billion souls. If they're smaller, they might only be 100 million. So they wanted more praise machines, and that came from their loneliness, being the first original being, and too much heavy particulate matter in there, slowing down their frequencies, creating more lower frequencies of what we call negative frequencies. It's just lower. Folks, all this stuff is waiting for you in those books. A lot of us have a hard time talking with spirit guides. Excuse me. We have something for that too. These are things I had to do before I could leave. I'm basically done, other than taking care of a couple small things. While stuff on the other side is still getting taken out. These are the cards. Excuse me. Jara's Runes of Awakening. Okay. Back of the card. It's got a dragon unicorn on it. I know. Let's see. These are runes. It's got the Elder Futhark in it, plus it's got a whole lot more new symbols that you've never seen before, not unless you can remember lives on other planets. They were just in there, boom, into my head, and I put them through design. And then Deanna, we call, she likes to call herself, and we like to call her The-Animal. She has a lot, she's source from Lily and Arae, but she has a ton of animal essence in her, more than normal. All right, what's that? All right, there's two of them. There's other cards just falling right out. See what's going on with these two. Okay, this is Hagalaz. Oh, okay, that's a wild card. That's one of the wild cards. A unicorn and see, same on both sides. It's unicorn and dragon energy. Synergy is the word just popped into my head. Folks, images is the way we talk. Telepathy, that's what it is. Now, a lot of us have been doing it a while longer. We can use and talk languages, but usually it's just image. This is Hagalaz. Now, if you notice that bar is lower, when it's up higher, then they say Hagalaz has no inversion. It's not inverted. Yes, it is. It's a little higher. And then when it's high like this, that means difficulties. It's time for you to get your butt kicked with something. Something's coming at you hard. It's not so much an attack. It's just just bad days. It's time, it's time for you to have your bad days because that's what the Almighty God wants. That's what was being done to you. And this is Hagalaz when it's lower, and it means that your problems are starting to fall away. This is y'all. This is for y'all. The first card. Oh, that's funny. The first card was the dragon and unicorn. That literally is spirit that came from Lily and Arae. It says Lily and Arae are in your life. Your difficulties are going away. And then this is the card that was on the back that I just pulled up. That's Ansuz. And it's upright, which means message. Okay? It actually means good message. There's chaos. And then firing up your crown, opening up your crown, keeping your crown open. Chaos is when, things are just nutty going around all over the place. And when you're attacked by spirit, they go right to your crown. Okay? They go right to it and hang on it, just like a nasty hat or something. And they just hang on you. They softly go into your brain to throw thoughts in there. They go down and through the crowns, the upper crown. They go through the upper crown, the middle crown, and then the lower crown, and then into the hypothalamus, and they literally put thoughts in your head. This, and that's how you're made to do stuff. That later on you say, "Why the hell? How could I even do that? This is not like me." I mean. That's how. It's why. It's done. You're made to do it. Now, some people don't need that help. Okay, but you yourself, yeah, that's what's going on. Here's the book that has the different symbols and stuff in there. That's a picture of me when I was making. I used to make runes. Literally, cut them, sand them, burn them. Only from fallen. Whatchamacallit, fallen branches, they'd just literally be dropped like the Fay Beach tree over here. Anyway, folks, you're real, but you're realer than you understand yet. And you're going to keep finding out. If you want it and you pursue it, you're going to get there. All you got to do is put the key in that Ferrari and crank it up. I'm more like a big, dump truck, okay? Doesn't matter. It's not always good to be the dump truck, but that's my job, and that's why it's good for me. Folks, again, if you would... one last thing too. I made some DVDs. The picture will be at the end of the movie about frequencies. I did there's a DVD on these cards, how to use these cards. When you buy the cards, you got to buy the cards from Deanna, okay? And she did all the artwork. She's incredible. The cards have to come from Deanna. Amazon eCreate Space on the website, thespiritualfoundation.com. You can buy them both right there at the same time, but they don't come as a package. It's important you know that. There is something wrong with the wording on the Amazon.com where it could have gone either way, so I fixed that. But you can also get, the book you can get on the website through eCreate Space. That's the people who actually publish it. It's a little quicker. Or you can get it right from Amazon.com, and they'll send it to you. eCreate Space, they're part of Amazon.com. It just cuts them out quick. Those of you that still have packages, I'm so late getting them to you. Don't be surprised about all the extra stuff you get. It's my way of apologizing for the length of time it took me to get the stuff to you. And some of them have been waiting a long time. So I have days, sometimes 3, 4 at a time. And recently it was like almost a week. I literally, it was everything I could do to get up and take care of Herky and the animals outside. So anyway, folks, look. You have what you need now. If you want to get going fast and you have the money for it, get a hold of me through Deanna. We'll set up an appointment and get you all cranked up hard. Paul is doing this. Bergeux's been doing it for a long time. These folks are source spirit people. They're very strong, and I went into them right away and cranked the heck out of them. And they were already powerhouses, but that helped them come alive. And then the field that's everywhere, that's feeding them even more. The field goes through everything. I don't like saying this too much, but the field actually permeates through everything. It's not like I'm some great, incredible, knowledgeable thing or something. I'm not trying to say that whatsoever. However, there's a certain amount of stuff that we can take at one time. I found that out for a fact for myself. When I first started waking up, I said, I'm ready to feel everything everywhere. And then all of a sudden, it was opened up to where I could, and I was like, holy mackerel. There was so much energy everywhere. And then I said, all right, let's back off a little bit. And then it wasn't taking away too much, but that's okay, because I got to adjust to it, and I started to feel it. But it was neat for that moment to realize everything that was there. I used to go into these psychic fairs. That's what they call them. And you just see everything. People's spirit guides, animal spirit guides, people visiting. Everybody was doing readings, consultations. And people coming in saying hi. I mean, the room was so busy, it'd blow your mind. And if you think there's too much to see, folks, you just relax and you turn that off. You ignore it. When you go into a new store, you see stuff everywhere. You really pick off on everything, but once you've been in there a few times, you just go in. You don't focus on it that much. It's natural. Don't be afraid of becoming yourself. There's no better place for you to be. It's who you really are. What the hell? Well, folks, I love you. Take care. Those of you that are starting to see auras, the DVD I have about seeing auras, the actual colors, what they are, what they mean. It's all in there. Plus, it's in picture, but you can pause it and look at it and read it. Just what every color is, what it stands for, what it means. When you see this aura, it comes from this frequency. All that's explained. Now, a lot of people say, oh, this aura, this chakra's this color, that chakra's that color. You see these things all the time, in different cards, books. Sorry, folks. When you can really see, you'll see what comes out of there. And it's not what's in these books and on these pictures and stuff. Now, it looks cool, but Um, some of them are kind of accurate, but not. When you have that information and you see the aura, remember, an aura is an auric expression, a byproduct of a different of a frequency. It's what comes off of it. Okay, it's literally the soft energy field around itself. That's why you see that color, because that frequency is there. Compassion is pink, comes from the heart. Deep spiritual knowledge, purple, that's going to come through the upper crown. I can't even touch mine now. It's all there for you. And when you take that information, and as you're seeing auras and start applying it, you take a look at what the frequency is, what the auric expression or color is, the frequency I told you it belongs to, that it actually is. You know, compassion, heart, love, you know, this and that, and then you're going to find out I'm right 100% of the time on this aura stuff. Okay, I just see that it's just like I'm seeing you. Okay, so when it comes to that, I'm never off. It's, you know, when I see the expression, I can tell you exactly the frequency that it's attached to. I'm not perfect. I make plenty of mistakes, but not when it comes to that. That's a simple thing. And when you can see that auric expression, even when someone's acting a different way, you can tell who they really are. So at least you have the truth for yourself. Some people don't even want that. When someone's 27% negative frequencies in their body, sometimes when you go to give them, when you have a consultation with them, they want to be confrontive, combative. You know, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. And sometimes they have a smile on their face. You know, they're just messing with you. It's like, they spend money and time to be with you, and then they lie to you, and then you just tell them no. That's not what it is. So some people don't want to accept something. They want you to tell them what makes them happy. If you do that, you're not being honest. You're not being honorable. Please don't. Okay, folks. Love y'all, man. Have a kick butt day.